my name's Dawn and I'm the Reclusive Crafter. Today I'm going to be walking you through my latest project, which is from the Scrimping Mummy collection, and this is the Diary of a Lady. Now, I've just completed this and I'm very pleased with it, and I hope you like it too. So to start with, I've started with a little pen holder, which is all the printout is part of the collection. I've put a little bow around it, and I've put a little ribbon tassel to marry up with the colours of the project, and then the pen just slots in there, and it attaches to this by a large paper clip which clips onto this piece here. So that's the first part of it. I popped a clasp on. I had this left over from a previous project I did, and I thought it kind of married up quite nicely with this particular project, so I popped that on there as well, and it works very well for this type of closure. So we open this up, and inside we have our journal even, and this is all part of the digitals. So we've got Imagine, Treasured Memories and Dare to Begin, which I thought was lovely. Then we go into the first page, and this is mainly kept for journaling. Just a little bit of embellishment here. The wordings are all from the Scrimping Mummy word soup collection. And then the little flowers that you'll see throughout are from her florals collection. And the main part of the journal is from her the Diary of a Lady. So walking you through, I did little side tuck here, and one of the little tags that is part of the collection, and I left plenty of room in here for journaling. And the other thing was, I didn't want to make it too embellished because of the size of the folder. I didn't want to end up in a situation where I couldn't get it closed. And then here we have got a little side tuck with the with another, let me move this over so you can see it, little side tuck with the tag. And then this is a 3-piece tag section. I did this one myself. This is the only part of the journal that wasn't part of the actual collection, just these little dangles, which I made a long time ago, but I just thought they were in keeping with this particular journal, so I wanted to be able to add them in. I was going to put them on as tabs, but I thought they lent themselves much nicer to this little piece that I did here, which has got one tag, 2 tags with cherished, so we've got graceful and cherished, and then a 3rd tag with gentle on. And again, all of these little ephemera bits are all part of the kit. And then this was just one of the pages which I folded, and it made this little tag holder here, so that all just fits nicely back in there. In fact, I won't bore you to death with putting that in just now. I'll pop that in again in a moment. And then that just tucks nicely into there. Beautiful design here with the roses and the blues. And then we've got the tag that I used previously. I've also made it into a little side tuck with a piece of the ephemera that you get with the collection, which just makes a nice little journal card there. And this all comes as a complete thing. It looks like it's a cluster, but in actual fact that's the whole printout. The only piece I actually put on here was from the word soup, which is precious. And then again, just another little journal page. And for those of you that saw a previous my previous video, you'll have seen this little pocket here, which is actually made from a special transparency that you can print on. So I printed on here the same design as on here, and I made the journal card just a slot in the top, and then that gives you a lovely little, almost like a 3D effect. And I've attached that just by popping in a little paper clip. I did have a little peg on here, but it didn't work very well, so I decided to change it to a paper clip. So that just holds there. So by taking that out, you've still got plenty of room for journaling. And then we go over the page, and again, a lot of these pages really didn't need a lot of embellishing. They are such beautiful pictures, but I have left lots and lots of room for journaling. And again, another little piece of the ephemera, which just lent itself to do a little side tuck, and again, little room there for journaling. And another journaling page. And this was actually the page design here, and all I did was I printed another piece out, cut out this little piece here, and that lent itself to making a nice little pocket there for a few more little bits and pieces to tuck in to make it a fun little piece. And then we've got more. What, have I missed a page? No, more journaling there. I made a little pocket out of one of the pieces as well, popped a little piece of ephemera on there, little printout, and inside here, this was just another one of the pages which I just cut into a section so that you've got another piece of journaling there, and then just tucked that in there. Just notice that's just creased there. Just hold that down while I fold it over. So that's that little envelope. And then the other side of the envelope, I just did a little bit of trim there and just popped a couple of little journaling cards into there as well. And again, I've tried not to over embellish. I've tried to keep it relatively simple. To make it a usable space. Plenty more room for journaling there and here. And then we're into the center page. I just did a very simple stitch to stitch the signature in, and then we've got a little envelope there acting as a little tuck for another little journal card. Another little envelope acting as a tuck for another little piece of the ephemera. And again, all of this is all part of the kit. You don't have to do anything separate at all. It's all thought out. It's really nicely done. And then this little piece, I just made a little tag out of this. Again, gave you more journaling space. So there's loads and loads and loads of room here for you to really go to town and use it for what it's intended for, as a journal. Tiny little tuck here with a cute little cat. More journaling space. And then just a very simple little belly band made out of an offcut of one of the pages, with a little piece of the ephemera there and just the little word journey. And then this one is actually from the Scrimping Mummy Ledgers collection. So I just printed these out just to give it a little bit more interest. Tucked it in there, just gave a little bit more journaling space on the back, and that just slots nicely into there. Another little double page of journaling. And then on here we've got a lovely little journal card from the hyacinth part of the kit. Just made a nice little journal card out of that. This is another pocket that I made from this printout. And as you come over, beautiful hyacinth there to coincide with the theme of the journal. And this was from the Florals collection. And then inside here we've got another piece just printed out, which gives a little bit more journaling space as well. and that looks very pretty inside this little envelope, and all the colours all match up beautifully. It really is a delightful collection to work with. And then this was the second piece that I did, just a matching little pocket piece, again with a very similar tag to the one I made on the pink section. This is the blue one, and the little dangles would, like I say, these were just ones that I already had made up, and I just thought they lent themselves beautifully to this particular collection. The only thing I did on here, and I will just show you. So on here there was the pink one that actually comes in the kit. This also came in the kit, but it wasn't blue, so all I did was I just painted over those to give them a different look. I didn't paint over them actually, I coloured them in with alcohol ink pens, I think it was. There we go, so those come out there. This one slots out here, and again lovely little detail on there and a little bit of detail on there. So just a few little tags there, and again I just made this from a page of the digitals, and this was another little tag from it, which again just allows for more journaling, loads and loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of journaling. And then a couple of blank pages there, and then this page I created by the page itself is just like this. I cut out this section of the page to make a lovely little tuck, and I just made this little journal card up, again just using little bits of the digitals. These three, the pen and these two pieces here, were made from the digitals, and this is part of Amanda's word soup. So just another little journal card there to make use of. So there's no space wasted at all. You can literally use every part of this journal for journaling. And then we're into the back cover here, and then we come over to the, in fact I'm just going to fold that back out again. Now we come over to the diary part of the journal. So that was the journal part of the journal, and now we're into the diary part of the journal, and I just put a little of embellishment there. I've kept this one very, very simple because I want it to be used exactly as it's intended. The diary part is again part of the Scrimping Mummy collection, and I did another one of the little transparency envelope, they're not envelopes, transparency pocket there, and I tried to arrange that so that this design here looked like it was actually in the typewriter, which I thought was a lovely little effect. And then the journal card that I made from the digital just slots nicely into there. If I can get it back in, there we go. And again, that just looks like it's part of the typewriter, or it's inside the typewriter, which was lovely. Very minimal decorating on this part, and I've literally just used the word soup on this particular section. So do what you love. On January, create a life you love. In February, beautiful minds inspire others. March, be bold in the pursuit of happiness and progress, not perfection. In April, inspiration is everywhere. In May, you are enough. In June, believe in yourself. In July, dare to be different. In August, perfection is overrated. September, be fearless. In October, listen to your heart. In November, just breathe. And in December, live in the moment, which is a really important message. And then we go into a little bit more journaling. Got a few pages here for you to really do as you will with. And then just finally finishing off, we've got progress, not perfection. And at the end of the day, that's all we should be really worried about. And then this one flips back over here, this one flips in, and this one flips over, and we're back to the start of the journal. And I didn't show you the back. This is the back of the journal, so it is absolutely delightful. I am absolutely thrilled to bits with this little project. I hope you all like it. If you do, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you all on board if you'd like to see more of my work. And yeah, thank you very much for watching me today. I hope you like it. Take care, everybody.